about, you know, some biblical issues, and I talked to him about being the man of his house and everything, you know, what he need to do, you know, as far as being a husband, you know, when he get out of the military and everything. But say, I got that covered. I'm the man of my house. He said, I'm the king of my castle. I'll prove it to you. I'll call home right now and let you know I'm the king of my castle. I said, okay, big boy, go ahead and do your thing. The, what you call it, the dumb diddy? Not the dumb diddy, what is it? But anyway, I'm going to call home and let you know. So he dialed a number. And I heard him, man. I was impressed. He said, listen here. I'm the king of this castle. I'm the man of the house. And when I get home, it better be a hot meal on the table. And I mean it better be hot. I said, ooh, Papa, go ahead, boy. And then he got ready to hang on the phone and I heard him say, now let me talk to your mom. Who can spend 20 years in the Navy and 21 of them in Jacksonville. I don't know how you did it, but you did. You the dumb dog. The dumb dog. I like that. But Bubba, it has been a good ride. You had some tough times. Unfortunately, none of them at work. So you don't have a lot of experience because you never did much work. But hopefully you'll get through retirement. Somebody asked me, I asked him the other day, I said, Bubba, what you gonna do when you retire? He said, I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna start that till 1 o'clock. I believe it. Good luck to you, sir.
I don't go as far as back with Bubba like his uncle. I've known Bubba November 2004, is when I met you. About that time. So so I'm Brock. I'm not the Brock that played before him. I'm a Gamecock. That's that bulldog right there. All day, baby. It's all right. So I'll set the stage how I first met Bubba. Came from Okinawa, from Afghanistan to Florida. Go in the gym, you know, that's when I was slim 220 back then. Slim 220. And I'm on the court with this fella. He gets the basketball, and all the first thing I heard was, I got a mismatch. I'm like, what was that talking about? You know, the girls that play basketball know what that means. He said, I got a mismatch. I'm like, oh, here we go. Who is this knucklehead? You know, I just seen knuckleheads overseas. So we played, and as you heard, you know, we played about 3 o'clock. Then I go back to work. I'm just checking on board. You know, and I hear you gotta go see this commander Mattox. They call him Bubba. I said, oh, I got a redneck for a ball. So, this cat, I gotta go see him. You know, and the funny thing was, his office was right next door to mine. So needless to say, I was trained very well in how not working and working. One of my best friends, you know, on a serious note, we heard a lot today how serious a friend Bubba is. I learned a few things about Bubba, between garlic wings, that little spot fillers every night after the games that rains, chicken coop. But I often say, as an official, one of my best and worst friends, right here. His occasion to come on down to Camden County, where I reside at, to watch those Wildcats. Don't hate. But honestly, I can honestly say, as a dear friend, you need somebody in your foxhole, as they would say. I look to my left and my right, there's that fella right there. And I've known him since '04. I haven't stopped ever since. So that's my story. Fellas, Lord help you. God bless
you. Late, or was it early 2002 when I came to Jacksonville. And he's always been like a very welcoming person. But if you know Bubba, Bubba's like a man's man. And so I think I was like probably 25 when I met Bubba. And so he was kind of arrogant and kind of misogynistic. And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this character right here. But over the time that we spent in the chapter, I was like, you know what, he's really, he's like a coach. He's got to kind of grow on you, you know. So he grew on me, and I grew to love him. And he's such a hard worker in the chapter, and he really has made my experience and made the chapter just grow and flourish. And today I learned something different about him. I didn't know he was such an activist, like for African Americans. I didn't know that. And he had like the African American officers there. And I guess that explains why he had all those King magazines and Jet magazines. So now I know why. But Bubba has been our webmaster for Savannah State. He designed this beautiful website, and now he's like the guru throughout Savannah State for websites for alumni chapters. He says he's a web miner, but he really is a webmaster, and he's really a great master of our chapter. And I'm telling you, I couldn't ask for a better member, secretary, officer. He's Johnny on the spot, and one thing Bubba I always tell you, if it's got my name on it, it's got to be right. So I can always depend on Bubba to make sure that things are great. And Bubba, in appreciation of your service and your commitment and your retirement, we would like to present you with a certificate. And it says, in appreciation of your service and commitment to the chapter and recognition of your military service and retirement, Lieutenant Commander Bubba Mattox.
At this time, if anybody else would like to come up and share some words, brief, capital B, brief words, please feel free at this time. Anyone? Yes. Okay.
Good afternoon. Bubba. Yeah, this is your mama. I'm not here with a 22 or whatever that was that you stood up there and told those people that I had. That's one story that I do not remember. But I'm going to tell you about a story that I do remember. Oh yeah. Bubba, what was our dog name?
Rocky?
That's right. I had a beautiful, beautiful dog. Yeah, that was his little brother, named Rocky. And I had some nephews, Eric and little Jake. They used to come and be with me during the summer. Bubba decided that Rocky, who had a beautiful tail that was shaped like a fan, he decided that the tail shouldn't look like that. I came home that afternoon from work and the dog walking around there just, you know, like, nothing wrong with it. I said, something's wrong with that dog. Yes, Bubba decided to shave his tail. Yeah, and I didn't think I was going to ever get over it, Bubba, but today you made me very proud. So I'm going to forgive you for that, for how you treated my poor dog. Okay. Bubba was not a disrespectful child when he was growing up. He was bad. Not disrespectful, but he was bad. I would come home, I would call at a certain time when I knew that he should have been home from school. I would call. I didn't get an answer. Because I worked at Savannah State, which was like almost like right around the corner from my house. I got in my car, I went home to find out what was going on. Yeah, he would get a whipping. I wasn't one that would say, wait till your daddy get home. That's not. I was home. So that meant that I was the person that had to administer the punishment, which sometimes I kind of relished in. But nonetheless, it's a very proud moment. I am happy for the accomplishments that you've made. And your grandma is very, very proud of you. She's not here with you, but she's here in spirit. She was with you when you were commissioned, and she said that her Jimbo, Bubba has two names from his grandmama. Bubba was one, and Jimbo was the other one. But her Jimbo made her very proud. And Jimbo, you have made your mother very proud. Love you.
Bubba, I just want to say that I am real proud of you. I used to look at this 20-year thing of being in the service and say, my goodness, you mean to tell me you got to stay in the service 20 years before you can retire? And it seemed like it went so fast. From the time that I remember in Mission Tom standing out there by that school bus taking that picture with that little baby in their arms, to this day, it looked like it went very, very fast. But I want to say that all my friends, Bubba is the first nephew, the first grandchild of my parents. And all my friends know Bubba. All my friends, my high school friends. And when I graduated from Albany State, my dad brought Bubba to Albany. And he was like the grand of all children to my father. My daddy couldn't get enough of Bubba. I thought one time he was raising Bubba for Tom because he was down there all the time, and he's about 5 years younger than my baby sister Kathy. So he grew up with Kathy and Gander around the house. But coming to Albany, they were so glad to have an 8 or 9-year-old around there. Bubba told one of my friends she looked like a puppy. And to this day, she has not forgotten that, and we're 59. We're 59 years old, so that's been about 51 years ago. And she asked me the other day about you, Bubba. They want to know what Bubba doing. And I retired in December and had a retirement celebration in Elberton. And some of my friends came, and Bubba even introduced himself as Bubba Mattox. And they didn't even hear it and didn't even know that was Bubba. And after the dinner party, they all asked me, was Bubba there? I said, yeah, Bubba was there. He the one had on the purple suit. They said, that was Bubba. I wish you had told me that was Bubba. We wanted to see Bubba. I said, well, that was Bubba. And so they all want to know now, since he called my friend the Bulldog. I mean, the puppy, what she look like now. But she don't look like no bulldog now. She's a big lady. But I just want to say, I got up here to say this, Bubba. I'm speaking on behalf of the late JT and Bessie Mattox. They would have been so happy and so proud of you today. And especially, Daddy, knowing that you did 20 years in the service. And if you go to Washington, D.C., and I don't know where you pull up the names of the people that served in World War II, but if you pull it up, you'll find your granddaddy's name.
Yeah.
And under that, you'll see that it was submitted by his daughter, Glenda Mattox.
All right, that being said, gonna have words from Bubba, and then we're ready to party. Hey! So Bubba.
Hey, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
What it is, everybody, you know, the cousins had to come up there and say something about them. I'm gonna start first on behalf of everybody. Bubba has been that cousin that I role model since I was little. No offense, guys. I was going to Albany State at first, and I talked to Bubba, and you know, he a drum guy. So I made my decision to go to Savannah State University. I was going to the Navy, but Verizon called me a little harder than that. But Bubba graduated from Savannah State University, so I had to graduate from Savannah State University. And it's a true story. Looking at, I know Bubba and Gowner always been in competition about who can do better than each other. I looked at that all my life, like if Gowner get a car, Bubba gonna get a car. If Gowner build a big house, Bubba gonna build a big house. So I look at it and I pattern my life. I was like, I want to do what those guys do all my life. I looked at Bubba and I was like, Bubba is real successful, and you know, when I've been looking up since I was little. So I patterned my life as, you know, I was headed down the wrong road, but I looked at Bubba as, you know, this is what I can do, this is what I can be. And I looked at his whole life when he was young. I was like, man, you know, I'm gonna go out and get a bad girl like Bubba. You know what I'm saying? Bubba, man, Bubba always kept me in line. If he seen me with somebody that don't look good, he used to be like, "Cuz, really?" You know, I was supposed to be in Atlanta this weekend. One of my best friends having an engagement party, but I was talking to Trez and Shamar, and they was like, you know, Bubba event the same weekend as your homeboy, and I said, man, hey, we're going to Jacksonville. That's my cuz, man. Right. So I'm here today, man. Give it up for my cuz, man.
How's it going? Congratulations again. Bubba, man, that's yeah, like I said, it's a cousin, the oldest nephew. Growing up, I didn't live in Savannah, so I didn't have as much contact as Michael did, other than on the you know, summers we saw hang out at his house. But he kind of grew up by himself in terms of nephews. We were the third, fourth, and fifth, so we all kind of grew up together. He was with the females, I guess. And, and so it wasn't until I would say probably like high school or so when I really kind of hung out with Bubba. I don't even remember when this was. Talking about the basketball thing. Me and Michael played him in a 2-on-2 one time, a pickup game. And so we going at it. He does a little, I'm about to drive on him, reaches around and slaps it around from the back and says something about, oh, you got to be quicker than that. Something trying to drive on me. I'm pretty sure we beat him. I don't know. I think I scored like 2 points, something like that. But, that's when I first realized how much of a talker he was. And you know, from then on, I don't know. I mean, that's a Bubba, man. But so 6 years ago is when I moved to. Well, I didn't move down to Jacksonville, but during my residency, I came down in school and I had to